Alright, welcome back to another Koenji-shan Reviews. And this is a special video because today is the release date of the third round of Otomo The Complete Works, this time with Volume 3, Highway Star, and Volume 4, Sayonara Nippon. I'm not going to do full flip-throughs of these, but I am going to explain some differences between these and the original tankobon, which are quite different, First of all, the price. These are a little bit cheaper than the previous releases. These were 3,080 yen each. Same sticker per usual. If we remember, Boogie Woogie Waltz was a little bit more, 3,190. And I can finally see what they're doing with the color schemes here. So the early, see this is volume 2, 3, 4. The early ones are going to be yellow, whereas the Animation Akira was pink. So the later ones are going to be pink. I don't know what the middle ones are going to be. Those might be a different color. But at any rate, Animation Akira was 4,400 yen. So these are a bit cheaper. And unlike Boogie Woogie Waltz or Domu that were released previously, basically the way that they're released in their tankobon form, these are much different. So let's get into that a little bit. By the way, I'm not an Otomo expert. I have some gaps in my knowledge here. So if anyone can add anything to the conversation, then pop it in the comments down below. Let's start off by looking at Highway Star. So first off, cover is different. So the original cover had the hood ornament on it, and then the new one has this, which was actually the original splash page for the opening chapter. Remember, Highway Star is 5 chapters. So I actually like the cover change because I never really liked this cover for some reason. I don't know. This is much cooler, you know, the guy kind of cyborg. He's, made out of parts of a car. And if we look at the original table of contents and compare it with this table of contents, it is much different. So luckily for me, they put the table of contents on the back so people would know what is inside. And let's do it like this. First, the new one. We have Ameringo Sakai-sanchi no Yukie-chan, or Yukie-chan at Sakai-san's house, Okasu Attack, Highway Star, Chuck Check Chicken, Schoolboy on Good Time, Yume no Sokyu. Gosh, I can't. It's like the blue sky of the dream. Uchu Space Patrol Shigema. Uchu Patroru Shigema. Roundabout midnight, nothing will be as it was. Whiskey a Go-Go. And Seiso. Seiso means like time. Something like that. So if we compare that with the original Highway Star, is much different. This has so much more content in it, which finally maybe the publishers figured out that people want more extra. So the original Highway Star has Kazoku, which I love this story. Scatto Skiri. Now we have Sakai-sanchi. Suzume no Naka, inside the sparrow. Then we have Highway Star. And the most difficult title in all of manga, Ten mo kai so ni shite morasazu. It means something like don't let it drip or leak or something like that. Tsuya no ato saki, just after the wake. Wake like mourning a funeral. Then we have Seiso. I always forget how to read that kanji. Ashino Yakusoku, Tomorrow's Promise, Sayonara no Omiyage, the goodbye gift, and then some illustrations by the author himself, and an essay about how Otomo is a representative of, God, I gotta get this in the picture, a representative of our generation. So we could see that the contents are totally different. I'm bummed a couple things in here didn't end up in here, but this, the new one, has so much more. And let's take a look at it. I'm not going to flip through everything because I think it's more important just to know that there's so much more in here. But, so there's my main problem is I never read Good Weather, the tankobon. So some of these stories are from Good Weather. I had to look up like a database in Japanese on Otomo. It's probably our boy from the Discord, Chu, thank you very much, sent me the link to it so I could figure out where all of these stories came from, and I still didn't figure out where everything came from. But Ame Ringo 1 and 2 is from Good Weather, and then Sakai Sanchi is from the original Highway Star. Okasu is from Short Piece, and I looked everywhere. I have Short Piece somewhere around here, but I cannot find it for the life of me. And then, of course, Highway Star is from Highway Star. Chuck Check Chicken and Schoolboy on Good Time are from Good Weather. And then this one, Yume no Sokyu, I don't know where it's from. I think it was never released in a tankobon, just in Manga Action, where all of these are basically from Manga Action, right? That's where he released from. Yeah, all of them from Manga Action. And Space Patrol Shigema also, I don't know, maybe it was just released as a one-shot in Manga Action. And then Roundabout Midnight, Nothing Will Be As It Was, and Whiskey Go-Go are from Short Piece, which I reread last year, and for fuck's sake, I can't find it anywhere. And then Seiso is from Highway Star. And then we have this extra bonus stuff in the back. Of course, the bigger format is rad. I really like reading in the bigger format. So I just picked these up yesterday. I did a little bit of video prep. I went back. I reread Highway Star a few months ago, and I was kind of rereading Sayonara Nippon last night, but I just didn't have enough time, and I wanted to go have a beer with the boys, so I went and did that instead. But here I am, Friday morning, putting together this video for you. Okasu, and of course that is the cover of Short Piece, and we have a little bit of color. There's I think 2 pieces of color. There's a little circle of something in here as well, I noticed when flipping through. There is the Highway Stars. So the original cover with the hood ornament is completely gone now. I love the story of Highway Star. Oh, there is a little bit more. Chuck Check Chicken has some red as well. Sweet. They are tearing down a house a few houses down from me, so if you hear some rumbling in the background, it is not me. It is the construction workers. Again, we have... You get the prize, I think it's a t-shirt or something like that if you collect all of these. I will be collecting all of these because I am already 6 volumes deep of 6, so I might as well just get them every damn time. Space Patrol Shigema, this looks rad. So I'm looking forward to this, especially because I've never seen Good Weather in the wild and I've never read it, so I finally get to read some of the stories from Good Weather. But there we go, Roundabout Midnight. And let's skip to the back here because we still want to go through Sayonara Nippon. Alright, and then 4 pages in the back of explanations on all of the stories that are in here. So we have a little introduction paragraph, and then we have Ame Ringo, and then down here Sakai Sanchi. This chi means uchi, it's shortened for house, so Sakai-san's house. And some background on what was going on and some of the inspiration behind each of the stories. And of course, Otomo has a strong connection to music, so there's a lot of references to music and photos of albums that he was listening to at the time and how they inspired some of the stories. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this to learn a little bit more about Otomo and what he was thinking when he was making these. And then we have the editor's notes here in the back, which are the same in all of the volumes. And that, my fine friends, is Highway Star. Let's keep it going and take a look at Sayonara Nippon. Trying to keep this one short for you guys. Also, I have a ton of work to do today. So clearly, so this is the re-release, I think, from 1989. Yeah, this is the re-release from 1989. The original was 1982. Of course, the covers are different. I love this cover. I've always loved this cover, but it was a bit confusing because this cover has nothing to do with any of the stories inside Sayonara Nippon. So switching it up, I'm not hating on it at all. Again, quite different as far as contents go. We have Suzume ga Naka, Ten Mo Kai Kai, from Highway Star, right? Ten Mo Kai Kai, Soshite Mora Sazu, the Let It Drip thing, you know. Sayonara Nippon 1 through 5, Minor Swing, Good Weather, Good Weather. These are obviously from Good Weather. Sayonara no Omiyage, and Tokyo Chanpon. Chanpon means like mix, to mix something. And so what? So I'll explain where those all came from in a moment. Chotto mate kudasai. I always love this opening page to Sayonara Nippon. Cheersing the moon. So the original tankobon didn't have a lot in it. It had East of the Sun, West of the Moon, which is a great story. It has Sayonara Nippon 1 through 5. And then we have this Seicho ga Machi ni yatte kuru. And Eiso or Eisho Sasujin Jiken, I guess it means murder at the manor. Murder at the manor. So compared to, of course, this, much more in the complete works, and I've made some notes of what came from what once again. So these first two come from Highway Star, but they're in Sayonara Nippon, not Highway Star. It's so confusing, man, so confusing. And then we have Sayonara Nippon 1 through 5. Minor Swing, Good Weather, Good Weather. Of course, these are from Good Weather, which I've never read, so I have no idea what the hell's going on when I first opened this up. Sayonara no Omiyage, which is also from Highway Star, not Sayonara Nippon. Tokyo Chanpon, I do not know. Maybe it was only released in Manga Action in 1978 May. So at least we have these like little notes here to help out, and then cross-referencing with the website. And then So What is also from Good Weather. And you can see Good Weather had all the English titles throughout, whereas Sayonara Nippon, it was all Japanese titles. Anyways, so that's the difference as far as the contents go. I know it's confusing. Confuse the shit out of me, man. And there's some stories like Kazoku I really liked. It's a story about the family going to a ryokan to commit suicide because they're in debt. God, man, I really like that story, but it didn't end up in the complete works. But the way they're jumbling everything up here, who knows? Maybe it'll show up in one of the future releases. There doesn't seem to be a lot of rhyme or reason to why they chose what story for which book. I really like this story. This is the story of the guy who wakes up and all the cherubs are around him to take his soul to heaven or hell or somewhere. And they're causing him all kinds of mischief. It's a rad one. The judo dude in New York. Let's skip ahead. There we go. Sayonara Nippon 4. Again, the big format is rad. You know, I was kind of, in previous videos, not hating on this series a little bit. I was just kind of whining that there wasn't enough extras, but now I am finally satisfied. Again, a ticket so that you can collect all of them. And as we'll see in a moment here in the back, we do have some extra content once again, explaining each of the stories in here. I wish it explained why each of the stories are in here, but shit, I can't know everything, people. I'm gonna have to go try to track down Good Weather now, and try to find my copy of Short Piece. Jesus. No color so far in this. Tokyo Chanpon. So sick. And whoa, So What has a color, has a little red too. There we go. And when we get to the back, once again, we have an introduction paragraph, and then we have explanations of each of the stories. Suzume no Naka. I'm not going to read that whole damn long let it leak thing again. Sayonara Nippon. And again, what was going on with Otomo when he was writing these and what inspired him. So that's really dope. And I believe this was 4 pages, once again, of extras. So finally, the publishers are maybe getting some feedback from people and like, shit, we gotta add a little bit more to these instead of just re-releasing Domu exactly the same way it was, almost. And then the editor's notes in the back there. And that, my fine friends, was Sayonara Nippon, Volume 4 of the Complete Works, and Highway Star Volume 3 of the Complete Works, and their original tankobon. Thanks to everyone who watches my videos. I really appreciate y'all. Am I from Texas suddenly? No, I'm from Seattle. So yeah, thanks for watching. You can support the show by hitting that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all that cool stuff. Again, I'm not an Otomo expert, so if you have anything to add to this, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will be back again soon. Mate ne!